Good evening, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. I'm Whitney Ward. Mark is off tonight. Just a few hours ago, the Coeur d'Alene Public School Board of Trustees voting to make a slight change in its mask policy, saying they are now strongly recommended, but still stopping short of requiring masks on school property. Tonight's decision comes as one trustee said there are now 168 students and 12 staff currently out of class because of COVID or possible COVID exposure. The board did hear public comment before holding the vote. One local nurse and parent spoke about her worries of sending kids to school without masks, given the crisis standards of care that have been activated in North Idaho.
The pandemic is poised to spread to our children. We are in a state of emergency. While there are many statistics about the situation here in Coeur d'Alene, the reality is clear. Because of the COVID-19 pandemic, our children are now at risk. There are not enough hospital beds for children or doctors trained in pediatric critical care.
Others that were in favor of a mask mandate also argued it was one way to protect those who are too young to get vaccinated. Parents against a mask mandate also gave public comment tonight, one arguing the decision to have children wear a mask in schools should be left up to parents.
Please, no matter where the ever-changing roller coaster of these times take us, please continue to make masking recommended and keep the choice to mask or not to mask where it belongs, with the parents.
So again, the board voting tonight to recommend masks inside school buildings, which means students and staff will not be required to wear a mask on school grounds, but they are strongly encouraged to do so. For the latest on tonight's decision and to hear more from trustees, just go to crem.com. In the meantime, a revised mask mandate went into effect all across Washington today. So now masks are required at all large outdoor events with more than 500 people, and that is regardless of vaccination status. That statewide indoor mandate has been in place since August 23rd. Governor Jay Inslee made the outdoor announcement last week. And according to the state Secretary of Health, there have been 5 outdoor super spreader events so far, including Watershed at the Gorge back in July. Altogether, those events have infected more than 500 people, and that's despite outdoor events generally being considered lower risk for COVID-19 transmission. The new mask requirements will be enforced through the Department of Labor and Industries. And because of the new change, Riverfront Spokane announced it too will comply with this outdoor mask policy. Going forward, masks will be required at all riverfront concerts, again, regardless of vaccination status. And in addition to the mask requirement, proof of full vaccination or proof of a negative COVID test within 72 hours of an event are required. Then beginning on October 1st, it will only be proof of full vaccination that will be accepted for entry into those events. And today was the first day the Spokane County Interstate Fair, which had also had to follow that mask guideline. So fair leaders say they don't want to have to kick anyone out over this policy. So instead, they're taking steps to ask people to come prepared to wear a mask. They're also making plenty of masks available, both when you arrive and throughout the fairgrounds.
When you're greeted at the gate, there's masks available. We have masks at our information table throughout our buildings. And if you're planning to come to the fair, just be prepared that due to state mandate, you need to wear a mask out here.
The fair director also told Creme today they did not have to eject anyone for violating mask rules. The outdoor mask mandate also comes as some Spokane hospitals are now helping relieve the stress from healthcare centers in Idaho. Providence Sacred Heart says 29 of its inpatients were from Idaho. The number of ICU patients sent in from the ER from Kootenai Health also increased by more than 30% just last month. Right now, Sacred Heart and Holy Family hospitals are caring for the highest number of COVID patients since the very beginning of this pandemic. And the new mask mandate comes as more than 95% of those hospitalized right now are unvaccinated. We want to go ahead and take a look now at the latest COVID numbers here across Spokane County. According to the Regional Health District, 242 people are hospitalized with COVID in Spokane County right now. Another 225 new cases were also reported today, along with 8 new deaths. And as we look across the state line in Idaho, it's not much better. 113 people are hospitalized with the virus now. According to Panhandle Health, 337 new cases were reported today, but no new deaths. Now, a monoclonal antibody treatment, those were postponed at the Kootenai County Fairgrounds today. Heritage Health was supposed to begin those treatments today. However, supplies have been held up by shipping delays. Once the clinic is up and running, though, Heritage Health is hoping to treat 45 patients every day on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. Those treatments were authorized by the FDA back in May. It's basically used for patients who have recently been diagnosed with COVID, and it could help prevent them from developing serious symptoms that might put them in the hospital. Heritage Health says these treatments aren't the fix to COVID-19 in the region, but they should help keep people out of the already overstressed hospitals. The antibodies are lab-made proteins that mimic our immune system's ability to fight the virus. It targets the COVID spike protein and blocks the virus from spreading. Overall, the therapy has been shown to avoid about 70% of hospitalizations. All right, let's take a quick break from the headlines and take a look outside. A beautiful day turning into a beautiful evening. Thomas Patrick is actually out there right now in the Outdoor Weather Center. And Tom, beautiful night, but you're saying that this isn't going to last for too much longer.
Yeah, it's actually quite comfortable as I stand out here right now, but things are going to get quite a bit cooler in the days to come. But more importantly, we got some big time rain for this upcoming weekend. Let's start with the temperatures as we look by around sunrise tomorrow morning, upper 40s. That's still not too bad. We've certainly have already experienced colder within the last couple of weeks, but it's not tonight. It's tomorrow night, or more importantly, Thursday morning. A lot of temperatures getting down into the 30s, some spots as cool as 33 degrees. So we could actually see some patchy frost that for Thursday morning, not tomorrow morning, but this is our next huge weather system. This is going to be a season-changing event for us. This is not scattered showers that we have in the forecast. This is widespread rain across the Pacific Northwest. It's going to slam through this upcoming weekend. So both Saturday and Sunday looking quite wet. And coming up, I'm going to time out that incoming weather system and show you just how much rain is in the forecast compared to what we've seen already this summer.
Well, we certainly need it, Thomas. Thank you very much. Looking forward to hearing about it. Also tonight, Spokane City Council approving $100,000 to pay its legal defense against a civil lawsuit filed against the city. The family of David Novak filed the suit earlier this year. They believe Spokane police wrongfully shot and killed Novak 2.5 years ago outside his home. At the time, police believed he had a gun based on 911 calls. They later found, though, it was a metal baseball bat. 7 months later, then, the Spokane County prosecutor decided lethal force was justified. Novak's family was outraged by that decision and filed a suit to hold the police department accountable.
Well, we really don't have any closure, and as more time goes by and more things come to light, we have less closure, because what we find out and what we see on body cams and in reports and what's been let out in the media and what the police department has released as far as information, things don't jive.
The suit claims the city used unnecessary violence and excessive force. The family also claims they were not notified of David's death in a timely manner and that officers were not properly trained on use of force. Since this civil case is pending now, the city and SPD cannot comment at this time. The case is scheduled to go to trial in June. Well, just in the last few weeks, there have been several shootings in downtown Spokane, making businesses in the area step up their precautions to stay safe. But is crime really on the rise? Nicole Hernandez spoke with the downtown business and takes a deeper look tonight into the most recent crime stats.
Last month, Crave Eats, Drinks, and Nightlife posted this on Facebook, letting customers know they're stepping up their security on the weekends.
Brought on another door guy, and we actually started wanding people for with a metal detector.
The bar's owner says they've seen violence break out around downtown this summer.
We want to do our best to make sure that we try to curb those from happening before they do.
We talked to the Spokane Police Department downtown precinct about the city's violence.
In the summer months downtown, now that some of the COVID restrictions are easing, we're seeing a lot more people come downtown.
More crowds means more potential for problems.
Fights, disorderly behavior, intoxicated individuals, those things can all occur, in that environment.
So let's take a look at the numbers. I combed through the downtown precinct crime reports from summer of 2019, 2020, and 2021.
I was able to average out the number of crimes that we saw per month over the summer months. So in 2019, we saw an average of 116 crimes per month. 2020, we saw 94 crimes per month. 2021, we saw 123 crimes per month. If we look at that like a line, we can actually see that we start up here at that 116, drop down in 2020, and spike even higher than we saw in 2019 this year. But we can actually take this a step further. So let's break it down into both property and violent crime. When we look at property crime over the summer, again, averaged per month, you see that we start at 93, take that dip down at 74, and then spike even higher again in 2021 at 104. But when we look specifically at violent crimes, we actually see a steady decrease from 2019 to 2021.
Spokane PD says it's normal to see more crowds downtown in the summer.
Every Friday and Saturday night, we staff extra bar patrol officers specifically to deal with those extra crowds.
But we can expect things to calm down now that Labor Day has passed. In Spokane, Nicole Hernandez, KREM 2 News.
Well, today President Biden made his first trip to Idaho since being elected. He visited the National Interagency Fire Center in Boise and met with several smoke jumpers. He also used the opportunity to sound the alarm about climate change and warned our wildfires are likely only going to get worse.
Things aren't going to go back to what they were. It's not like you can build back to what it was before. It's not going to get any better than it is today. It only can get worse, not better.
Today, President Biden's visit was also met with more than 1,000 protesters, some expressing their disapproval of the new vaccine mandates and the execution of the U.S.'s removal from Afghanistan. Many others also showed support for former President Donald Trump. And in addition to Boise, President Biden also visited California today ahead of tomorrow's recall election for Governor Gavin Newsom. When we come back, why last-minute turnout could actually make all the difference. And WSU head football coach Nick Rolovich once again being questioned today about his vaccine status. But that's not all he talked about. KREM 2 News is back in just 90 seconds.